Jai Baba. I'm Nagish Radhachandji, and beside me is my younger sister, Rhoda Mistry. We met Baba when we were small children. I was 4 and she was 2 years old.
It was our dear uncle who first met Baba and took the whole family to him after a year. It was our dear uncle Chandji, who made us love Baba, and as the time went and we grew up and we went to Baba often in Mehrabad, and sometimes Baba, when Baba came to Bombay, he came to our house, and like that we had many contacts with Baba, and we started to love him more and more.
Did Baba ever give you any meditations?
Sometimes when he was in seclusion or when he had some work, he gave all his lovers to fast, sometimes to fast, or sometimes he used to tell us to repeat his name.
Did
During wartime, he had given us several orders, which we were rather small, but yet we kept them under the supervision of our parents.
What were the orders?
Fasting.
Yes.
Not to touch opposite sex.
Yes.
Fasting.
Fasting, to have vegetarian diet. Yes.
Meditation for 1 hour.
Yes, meditation.
And not to touch opposite sex.
Yes.
Not to touch opposite. There were about 32 orders, and individuals were given certain orders. Baba actually ticked them and then gave us. What the orders were given to Rhoda were not given to me. And what were given to her, that was not given to me, and likewise. About 5-6 orders out of 32 orders. Individual.
In those early days, was Baba very strict with you all? Did you have to keep riding the ashram with him?
I did not stay in the ashram for a long time. I went with my parents when I had holidays from my school, and we used to go on Baba's birthday celebrations. Then sometimes Baba gave darshan in Nagar. And he was not at all strict with us. He was very loving and very kind.
When you were in the ashram, was it all a bed of roses, being with Baba, where all you had to do was just sit and not do anything except just sort of gaze at him?
It was a bed of roses, no doubt, but there were thorns too.
Oh, there were thorns. I didn't know that. What were these thorns like?
Most wonderful. The training of Baba. In every detail he tried to train us.
He tried to train you in every way.
Every way possible, and he did train us and made us into...
What did he have to train you for?
To train, to love him, to obey him.
How did he train you to love him?
He was showing... yes, he was showing how one should love him in every little things in life. every detail, even if we did the worldly things. You must, the whole concentration and the pinpoint should be nothing but Baba. And now he has trained us to such an extent that whatever we do, wherever you go, whether we are sleeping, walking, doing anything, we unconsciously, Baba is all the time in our heart, whether we are conscious of it or not. Even if we sleep, if we put our hand on our heart, we hear it says, Baba, Baba. It is so much in every atom of our body.
Was there ever any conflicts or disharmony in the ashram when you were there? Did you find yourself ever in any conflict with any of the women?
No, no.
You never were in conflict once with any woman there?
You see, during the ashram days, I was quite young, say a schoolgirl. So naturally, we had a happy time because we visited Baba for a few days, either 15 days or 8 days. So there was no conflict actually as such.
No conflict. When were you like in the ashram for a longer period of time? Like were you in there like for weeks at a time?
Yes, for a week or 15 days or so, not more than that. My sisters, they actually stayed in the ashram.
I see. Well, when you were in the ashram, like for a week or 15 days, what was Baba mainly trying to do with you all at that time?
I knew that I was very happy with Baba, as I could never be happy with anything else in the world, and my only happiness was to be with Baba. I never liked to leave him and come back.
Why? Why wouldn't you like to leave Baba? What was he doing that was attracting you?
Yes, he gave us food with his hands. We've eaten so many times from his hands. Yes.
Yes, yes.
What else?
Express केम करी सके? How can you express God's love? बोल ना.
Were
After
you
all, He's
ever
God in you.
ill in the ashram?
No. Were you ever ill in the ashram? Yes.
Did you ever like have any kind of crisis
No.
where you had to telegram Baba or anything like that?
Yes, that was when I was in Bombay. I felt ill once. Yes. And Baba was going from yes, Baba was going from Bombay to Nagar, and he always used to cross our he always used to pass by our road, and we stood there to wave him. So once we met him, and then he was returning, and he just turned the car and stopped it on the other side of the road. We were all standing near our garden gates, and we wondered why Baba had stopped the car. So he called me, he called me at that time, and he told me that my sons had gone to school and he didn't meet them. So he said he would give my love to Merwan, Ramrose and Sarosh. And he told me to pass by the car and go straight, cross the road and go straight to my house. So While I was crossing the road, Baba was watching me, and then Baba, as soon as I crossed the road, Baba went away. His car
Passed by.
his car passed by, and after 1 or 2 days, I had a severe pain in my stomach, and I was taken to the hospital.
She was very.
And I was really ill, and very seriously ill at that time.
So what happened?
Yes, then doctors were wanting to operate, and at that time it was 1958, and we had to go to Baba's Savas. And there were only 8 days left for Baba's Savas. And my husband told the doctor that he should wait and not operate. And he was waiting for an answer from Baba. And on that very day, when the doctor was going to operate, on that very same morning, that pain subsided. It was continuous for 5 days, night and day. And Baba said that only if it is necessary, doctor should operate. But the pain subsided and I was all right. And I was able to go to the Savas.
Did Baba ever say anything to you about how to bring up a family, about family life?
No. He once told me that I should look after my children and my home. That was important, because if I looked after them, I was looking after him.
Did he say anything else about how you should bring up your children? Okay, say that again.
Baba said that they are my children and you must look after them.
Before you had any children, did you ever speak to Baba, ask him if it was all right to have any children?
No. You see, when after my marriage, yes, I had immediately I had a child, so there was no need for me to ask Baba about children or anything of the sort. You see, when Merwan was born, Baba came to Ashiana and I took him straight from the hospital, and he was in Baba's lap, and Baba gave him the name Merwan at that time. And before Framrose was born, I met Baba in the morning, and in the night he was born. And same thing happened to my youngest son. I met him in the morning, and he was born the next day. And all of them were given names by Baba.
Nambu, each and every one. First eldest is Nero.
Was that, when Baba gave them their names, was that through telegram or letter?
Yes, Merwan, he said it personally, because he had Merwan on his lap, and he said, "Is Merwan." Then for Framrose, he made Adi telephone that give the boy
Junior Adi.
Junior Adi, that is Baba's brother,
Ganat's Premti, just Ganat's Premti.
give the boy, name the boy Framrose with much love. And Sarosh, he sent a telegram for the youngest one. That name, you can name him Sarosh.
Saros Urfe Soli.
No, Urfe nahi, alias.
Did you ever have any difficulty with Merwin or any of the boys where they wouldn't listen to you and you had to go to Baba?
Yes, Baba would always ask me whether they are making mischief or they are behaving well. So I always used to tell him that they were good boys. And Baba used to call them and embrace them. So for the sake of Baba's embracing them, I had to tell Baba all the time that they were good. So every time I said that they were good boys, Baba used to call them and embrace them.
And Bolo always was quite contrary.
Would any of the boys ever go to Baba and say to them that you should treat them better, or to get certain things they wanted?
No, we never asked Baba about anything because he gave us everything. There was no need to ask because before we asked, Baba gave us everything.
Were there any things that occurred in front of Baba about your children that was sort of funny when you saw them going to Baba about something?
You see, once Baba asked me to tell something about my youngest son, Sarosh. So, before I went to Baba, there was an incident that happened, and he was quite small, you see, and he had to go to school. And always he used to call out, when he was sitting on his potty, he used to call out for me. So I said, now you are going to school, and you must learn how to wash yourself. So he said, all right, Mommy, I'll do it. Now show me how to do it. So I gave him. I gave him a mug full of water and said, now you wash your potty. So he said, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai, and then he started washing his potty. And I said, and the same incident I related to Baba, and he really laughed.
Were there any other humorous things like that occurred in front of Baba that you saw?
Yes, there are so many things that I can't remember. When Merwan was young, when he was 7-8 years old, he was sitting in a corner, and I remember Baba telling him, you become a doctor when you grow up. You become a doctor. That was a hint from Baba. And when he grew up, he really thought of being a doctor. And now he is becoming one.
What about your other children? Did Baba ever say to them what they should do when they are older? When Baba would give a darshan and your children would be around, was it easy to find them once they started to get close to Baba? Did they ever get lost in these mass darshans?
You see, I was all the time with Baba, so I never knew what my children were doing. I never knew what they were doing, but I was sure that they were with Baba, because they loved Baba more than anything else.
Did the women ever play games with Baba also, like the men did?
Yes.
What games did you play with Baba?
Dumb charades, I told you about it. He used to play dumb charades.
Is that game like spiritually symbolic or anything like that?
No idea, word building. He just picked up a word and divided the two parties, and he would act. And wherever he was, the Mera was always there. He used to play seven tiles, badminton,
I understand that Baba would always win.
yes, marvelous, table tennis, all the games he used to play. He was very fond of games. He was most interested in cricket. For all the games. Cricket.
Why? Did he have to say why?
No idea. But no, he played. He was a very good sportsman all round. Nobody can beat him. He was that good. But most interested was always listening to cricket commentaries and everything. Every detail. Even the second accident that he had, it was just... I said, no, I'm sorry. Just, no.
Yes, after he passed through a Medan where a match was going on, and he stopped his car to see the match. No?
He had gone to Pune, and just a trip before that, he had seen a match exactly at the spot where a second before the accident occurred. And he pointed out, look, last time we had come and seen the cricket match here. At that very moment, the accident occurred. At the place where the match was being played.
When the news came that Baba had dropped his body, what was your reaction to that?
I just didn't believe it was possible. And before he dropped his body, about a fortnight back, he used to tell all the time that I'm going to be in coma. Don't worry. Even if I'm unconscious, I will be back again in life. You just don't worry about it. So we thought he was in coma up till the 7th day when the internment was done. Had a hope that he will rise again. Till then, we never lost the hope that he would have been interned.
What was your sister's, what was your reaction when you heard that Baba had dropped his body?
Yes, we all hope that he will come back.
Not hope.
Rhoda, where were you when you heard the news that Baba had dropped his body?
I had gone to see Jimmy's father who was ill, and there my sister rang up, and Jim took the telephone, and he didn't tell me anything, and we just hurried back home, and our servant told me that yes, Mumtaz broke the news, yes, to me, and I couldn't believe it. And I felt firmly in my heart that Baba is here and he has not gone anywhere. And I still believe that he will come back one day.
Were you at the crypt, at Baba's crypt, the first day that he was placed in the crypt?
Yes. We were there from the first day to the last day. Yes.
And how did Baba look on the first day to you?
He looked, his face was somewhat, tired, and yes, as if he was infinitely tired. And it was full of suffering. It was only on the next day, that is the second day, that there was That his face had a serene look, peaceful look on the next day. But on the first day, it was not so.
How did Baba look on the following days?
He looked better and better.
He looked better and better.
Better, yes.
Is it that he didn't look as tired anymore?
No. Then his face looked relaxed and there was such peace on his face.
And what was like the atmosphere at the tomb when you were there at that time? What was it like? What was the atmosphere of the tomb in those first few days?
It was very peaceful. There was such peace which cannot be understood. Yes.
And towards the seventh day, how was it on the last day when Baba was covered up on that last day, the seventh day?
You see, on the seventh day, I saw Baba's face early in the morning, and I saw his temples and cheek shining.
I see.
And he looked as fresh as ever.
His body did not deteriorate at all?
No, not at all. Not at all.
It really looked good to you?
Yes.
It was good.
It was good?
Yes. Not just really looked.
Edward, you were there at that time.
Yes, I know.